Good morning, everybody. I hope that you've had a wonderful week. Got a little cloudy out there today, but it's still a lovely day and everything's just so green. My kind of a summertime for sure. Today on Kathy's Corner, we're going to take a look and a listen about names. What do you know about the name that you were given? Were you named after a family member? Did your family choose the name because they liked what it meant? Maybe you were named after your folks' favorite movie star or singer. Did you look like somebody when you were born and that's why you have the name that you have today? I know Chuck's dad, Jerry Miller, his middle name was Wade, and Wade was what his brothers and sisters wanted his middle name to be because that was the family horse's name. Now, the funny thing about that is that my son also has that middle name, and my grandson also has the middle name of Wade. It's amazing how that horse's name has been passed down through all those generations. I was named a song, of course. I was named after I Take You Home Again, Kathleen. And through many, many years of making music, I've learned many a tune with a name in the title. And I'll bet that you have as well. In fact, I bet you can sing along with Robin and me on every one of these tunes. Oh, peg of my heart, I love you, we'll never part. I love you, I always knew it would be you. Since I heard your lilting laughter, it's your Irish heart I'm after, peg of my heart. Your glances make my heart say, how's chances, come be my own. Come make your home in my heart. Katie, beautiful Katie, you're the only girl that I adore. And when the moon shines over the cowshed, I'll be knocking at the kitchen door. Oh, and how about this one? A shout out to Mary Ann. What do you say? For it was Mary, Mary, plain as any name can be, and with propriety, society will say Mary, and it was Mary, Mary, long before the fashions came, and there is something there that sounds so fair. It's a grand old name, and better get a boy's or name in or two, I think. How about this one? Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the leaves are dying. It's you must go and I must abide. But bring me back when summer's in the meadow, and when the valley's hushed and white with snow. Oh, I'll be there in sunshine or in shadows. Oh, Danny boy, I miss you so. And oh, Johnny, how you can love. Oh, Johnny, heavens above, you make my sad heart jump with joy. And when you're near, I just can't sit still a minute. I said, oh Johnny, please tell me, dear, what makes me love you so? You're not handsome, it's true, but when I look at you, I just, oh Johnny, oh. Oh, Johnny. Ah, goodness. Of course, you can hear Robin sitting over there playing. I always tease Robin that he was probably named after when the red robin comes bobbing along. But that's not true. He was named Robin because his parents thought he was going to be a girl. And when he was a boy, they thought, oh, what the heck? Let's go with that. Let's go with Robin. Ah, funny story. Anyway, back to that old Johnny. I visited an old Johnny this week and his lovely wife. And they said to tell Robin hello, that they think he's the best banjo player in the whole wide world. And I'll bet Robin at least knows who I'm talking about. Let's go a visit with that fella whose name is John, which means God has been gracious and shown great favor. Hello, folks. I am at the home of two of my favorite people, John and Senda Oliver. I know many of you know them because they have been active with seniors in Shelbyville. And Senda was at Dr. Tavel's for 150 years. And not quite that many, right? But everybody in Shelbyville knew Senda. And Senda and John married, coming up on how many years? 2 years. And what's that anniversary date?
September 22nd.
September 22nd. And it was the most beautiful wedding. We sang Going to the Chapel, and Senda danced down the aisle, and her beaming groom was waiting at the end of it. It was the best wedding that Shelbyville has ever seen, I'm sure. So anyway, I'm visiting with John and Senda today to kind of catch up a little bit with what's going on with them. I was here to see them a few months ago, and John was recovering from the shingles. And how is that shingles journey going, John?
I would say it's over. I still got some crust on my back a little bit, but it's gradually going away.
It takes a long time, doesn't
Yes.
it? It takes a long time. And Senda was the perfect wife and perfect nurse, helping John get through that, and then has your own health issue you're dealing with right now, right, pretty lady?
Right.
Yep.
I just woke up, well, it was in May, started in May. I just woke up one morning and I had a sore throat just on the right side only. And it kept kind of bothering me and just kept getting a little bit worse. And of course I thought it would get better. And so we ended up starting with the doctor. And long story short, never heard of it before, but it's tonsil cancer. And I go tomorrow to get marked and my mask made, and I'll start radiation, and I'll have 35, and I'm ready to get it going, and so I can get it over.
Absolutely. And notice that t-shirt that she has on. It says faith over fear, and isn't that the secret to everything? Senda tells me that she wraps her prayer shawl, not because it has any magic powers in it, but because it reminds her of how many people are praying for her. And I know we've been praying for you at Fairland in our Bible study. So we wish you the very, very best on that journey, Senda. And I'll have to come back and see you in a month or so, and we'll talk about having that in your past. What do you say?
Yes.
But the reason I really wanted to come and visit today was because we were doing a little segment on names. And when I heard you tell the story of your name, oh, I thought, that's the best name story I ever heard. So would you mind sharing that with all of our friends today, Senda?
Okay, not at all. I have my mom and daddy, when they got married, of course they wanted children, and they were married going on 9 years, and for 9 years she prayed to send a girl because they couldn't have children. So one of her friends worked at the hospital, and she called my mom and said, "We have a baby here that's not going home." And so my mom went over to the judge's house, because it was a Saturday, and said there was a baby at the hospital and I want it. And she said, when she realized it was a girl, she kept praying to send a girl. So she named me Senda, Senda, just like the prayer.
Just like what she had prayed for.
Yes.
Senda, send me a girl. I think that is the best story, and you certainly turned out to be a blessing for your mother, I know, and a blessing to that guy sitting next to you, right, John?
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, this is my second marriage, so it's just been tremendous as far as my spouses that I've had and have.
Oh yes, I knew John's first wife, Bev, and she was a good lady too, and she'd be smiling knowing that Senda is who's sitting by John's side now. I know. And you two met at a group that met at the senior center, correct?
We met there it was a bereavement group. And
it was called, what was the name of that group?
Coffee and Comfort.
Coffee and Comfort.
And Vicki Bowling and Diana Pandak facilitates that, and then after you go through that and graduate from it, then you get to go to Coffee and Comfort, to the Fun Bunch.
To the Fun Bunch.
But because we got married, then see, you get kicked out of the Fun Bunch.
Oh, I bet if you would go back and visit, the Fun Bunch would be glad to see the both of you.
But they've had us to come for visits.
Good.
They have, and we love everybody there, and if it weren't for that group, we would have never met.
That's right. So all thanks to that little group that met there at the senior center, anyway, you're two very, very special people, and I'm certainly happy to call you friends.
Oh.
And thank you for sharing your beautiful name story, and know that we're all going to be thinking about you especially hard and sending prayers up the next few weeks, Senda.
Thank you so much. We love you so much, and we had the best singers at our wedding we could have asked.
Listen to her.
You did.
We did.
They're giving me a little plug there. Yes, I sang at the wedding, and it was just a joy, just like the two of you. Thanks again, folks.
You're welcome.
I love it. That song was called Rosetta, a name song, and I've got Bob Foster on the bass and Robin Hopkins on the banjo and Bill James over there. Thank you guys so much for agreeing to be a part of our little names program today. And Bob, thank you for opening your lovely home to us to be able to do this on the sun porch. We were going to be outside, but they're putting a roof on the church next door. And it was a little more percussion than what we needed today, right, guys?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you a question. Do any of you know what your names mean? Do you know the meaning behind your name? Bob, do you know?
No, I do spell it with 2 B's and 1 O.
You do. 2 B's and 1 O.
Yes.
Bob, B-O-B. But
It's
one
not
way or
both.
the other. It still comes out Bob.
right, frontwards and backwards. I assume that's a short for Robert. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I looked it up, Bob, and Robert means bright fame.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I mean, I guess so now that you mentioned it.
Absolutely. Bill, do you know what your name
I
means?
have no idea.
Oh, none whatsoever?
No,
Okay. Well,
I know the one I told you before.
well, tell me what
That
you
was-
told me before. What do you think Bill means?
That's what you get when you get a light bill.
Yeah, a light bill, electric
Yeah.
From the
bill,
electric
phone
bill.
bill.
From IPL.
Right,
And
right.
the gas company when you get the gas bill.
Yeah, could be.
So my name was from, I guess. you
But
know.
it actually, when I looked yours up, it had nothing to do. Bill is short for William,
It's short for William.
and
yeah.
William means protector.
Uh-huh.
And I would say you're a protector. I know you and how you protected your lovely
Yeah.
wife and your kids, so I think that works. Robin,
Oh,
do you have any idea what your name means?
no clue.
Yeah, a bird. Yeah,
A
no,
bird.
no. Robin means famous brilliance.
Oh, oh, oh.
But you're looking at it right here. There's no light on this side of it.
That's one song we could do when the Red Robin.
I know. I talked about that earlier. Yeah, we could have. But anyway, and do any of you know what Kathleen means?
Mm.
Don't laugh.
Talks a lot.
Talks a lot.
It's
Not
something to do with
funny.
a casserole, isn't it?
No. It means pure. Can
Oh,
you believe
You know
that?
what? Well, that's appropriate.
Oh, there you go. I love you, Bill. I knew that I did. Oh, well. Well, Rosetta, of course, is a form of rose. There are so many songs with that name in it. Second-hand Rose, Rose of Washington Square. I know we have a very special Rose at the Senior Center in Shelbyville, Rose Allen. So let's do a Rose song for her, guys. What do you say? Do a little Honeysuckle Rose, okay?
Okay. shimmy like my sister Kate, shimmy like jelly on a plate. My mama wanted to know last night, all the boys treated Katie so nice. Well, every boy in the neighborhood, I knew she could shimmy, shake it good. I may be late, but I will be up to date. I can shimmy like my sister Kate, I'm shouting, shimmy like my sister Kate, yeah. I wish I could shimmy like my sister Kate, shimmy like jelly on a plate. Mama, she wanted to know last night, all the boys treated Katie so nice. Well, every boy in the neighborhood knew she could shimmy and shake it good. I may be late, but I'll be up to date. Then I can shimmy like my sister Kate. Well, I'm shimmy like my sister Kate.
Shimmy like my sister Kate. Well, Hop, that takes you back to those Delta Queen days, doesn't
surely
it?
does.
Were there a lot of shimmying Kates on that boat?
Oh, I'm telling you,
Probably more.
especially on the weekends.
Probably more stories than
The-
we
the
want
weekend-
to
The
hear.
weekend cruises were
Quite hot.
shimmy like my sister Kate.
All right. Oh, well, you know, guys, we could do Oh Susanna, or we could do Sweet Sue, and there has to be a song about Suzanne. Susan, by the way, means lily. I know you know all of them. We don't have time for all of them. But everybody knows a Susie. If you knew Susie like I know Susie, oh, what a gal. There's none so classy as this fair lassie. Oh, holy Moses, what a tassel we went riding. She didn't walk back from yonkers. I'm the one that had to walk. Don't do Susie like I know Susie. Oh, what a gal. Have you ever met someone and for some crazy reason you just have a hard time remembering their name and you assign them a different name? Well, I did that with Nancy Esters. For at least a year and a half that I first started at Seniors, when she would come in, I would always call her Linda. I would look up and I'd say, "Hello, Linda." Well, finally, I figured out a way to keep that from happening. I attached her face and her name to a song. That song is Nancy with the Laughing Face. And how appropriate is it for that lovely lady to have that name? And it's a great song that has a wonderful, wonderful story. You see, the two fellas that composed this song, Jimmy Van Heusen and Johnny Burke, they had a friend that suggested that they write a song for Johnny Burke's wife's upcoming birthday. This friend just so happened to be the comedian Phil Silvers. Well, anyway, Jimmy Van Heusen penned a tune and they sang it at her birthday party, and it was called Bessie with the Laughing Face. Well, the tune was such a hit amongst those musician and Hollywood type friends that for all year long, whenever they had a birthday party, they just changed the name. You know, it was Judy with the Laughing Face, or it was Marilyn with the Laughing Face, whoever they were having a birthday party for. Well, when the song really took off, though, was when they played it at Frank Sinatra's little girl's birthday party, Nancy. And they sang it as Nancy with the Laughing Face. Frank had not heard it before, and he was so touched that he had tears in his eyes, thinking that they would compose such a beautiful song for his beautiful daughter that he loved so much. Well, Jimmy Van Heusen and Johnny Burke never did let Frank know any the wiser that that song had been written before, and he always thought it was written for his Nancy. In fact, once Frank recorded it, Jimmy Van Heusen signed all the royalties to this song over to Nancy. If I don't see her each day, I miss her. Gee, but a thrill each time that I kiss her. Believe me, I've got a case of Nancy with a laughing face. She takes the winter and makes it summer, and summer could take a few lessons from her. Picture a tomboy in lace, that's my Nancy with a laughing face. Did you ever hear mission bells ringing? Well, she'll give you the very same glow. When she speaks, you would think she was singing. Just to hear her say hello, I swear to goodness you can't resist her. Sorry for you, she has no sister. No angel could replace my Nancy with a laughing face. that was the great old tune, Dinah. And I read the most interesting story about this the other day. There was a young gal, I don't remember exactly where she was from, but she sang on the Grand Ole Opry stage, and her name was Fanny Rose Shore. And when Fanny finished her college, she was at Vanderbilt University. She went to New York, where every radio show had an orchestra. And so she would try out for all of them. She wanted to be that radio star. And she used the song Dinah every time. And there was a DJ in town, a radio disc jockey, that could never remember her name, Fanny Rose, but he always remembered she sang that song. And of course, that was
Dinah Shore.
That's right. I'm glad you were listening, class. This is the third take on this tune.
Just a blues.
It's just a blues. And as Bill said, frankly, it's a very old song. There's your clue. Frankie and Johnny were lovers. Oh Lordy, how they could love. They swore to be true to each other, true as the stars above. He was her man, but he was doing her wrong. She was a good woman, as everybody knows. She spent $100 just to buy her man some clothes, but he was her man, and he was doing her wrong. She said, oh, Mr. Bartender, has my sweet love and Johnny been here? He is my man, and he wouldn't do wrong. Robin, you have always been a Turner Movie Classics nut. Bill, do you and Bob ever watch Turner Movie Classics?
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you, I've watched a few more since I've been home a little bit more than normal. And I saw a wonderful movie just a couple of weeks ago called The Americanization of Emily. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't.
Oh my gosh, you have to put it on your list. Julie Andrews when she was very young and very, very beautiful. And James Garner was her love interest in it, and James Colburn. It was a fantastic movie. And it had this haunting melody of a tune underneath it. And so I had heard it before. I knew what the song was, but I did a little research. And this song could not be nominated for an award that year, though it was very popular, because no one sang it. I didn't realize you had to sing. There had to be lyrics to a song for it to have been an award winner, if you will. But it is a gorgeous melody called Emily, and I'd like for you guys to play it through and maybe introduce that new tune to our folks today. Absolutely beautiful. I just love that little song, Emily. I had an Aunt Emily Ann Myers, and I wish I would have known that song while she was living. That was Christina Dabney's mom, and that song is beautiful, and so was Aunt Emily Ann. I looked up the meanings of some of the names of our Fairland regulars. Some of them are kind of interesting and very fitting for the people that have those names. Darlene means darling. Kimberly, ruler. Anthony, Tony, highly praiseworthy. Roberta, Bobby, famous brilliance. Donald, great chief and mighty warrior. I'm sorry, Don Rayburn, but I never would have thought of you really as a great chief and mighty warrior. Marilyn, wished for child. Doris, the sea. Hilda, aka our Tootie, protector, and that's a fitting name for Tootie for sure. As is Jane's name. Jane means gracious and merciful. Cynthia, moon personified. Judy, praised. Janet, God has been gracious. Betty, my God is plentiful. Phyllis, you outdoors person, you. Greenleaf. James, supplanter. That's a biblical name and a biblical term kind of too. It means one who undermines and takes the place of. And I don't think that's very fitting of Jim. I've never known Jim to undermine anybody or anything. Helen means light, and Barbara means a traveler from a foreign land. Maybe we didn't get to your song today or your name today. Send me some suggestions. If I can talk my fellows in here to doing this again, I know that Bill, the clarinet player, had at least 15 more name songs on his list that we didn't even get to. We'll try to do it again. But thanks so much, guys, for doing this for us today. When we're finished, there's going to be a link on the Shelby Senior Services Facebook page. That is a crazy little video. It's only about 4 minutes long, and it's about kindergartners' names in 2026. If you would like a good laugh, be sure and click on that and enjoy that too. But right now, it's time for us to say bye-bye for this week, and boys, would you play us off?